Kevin Warren is leaving to the NFL to become the new president of the Chicago Bears. The Big Ten Commissioner job is now open. Welcome to episode 130 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel, share the video with your family and friends, and smash that like button if you like our content. According to Ian Rappaport from Rap Sheet NFL, let's get right to it. Let's not waste any time. Sources: the Bears are expected to name Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren as their new president and CEO, a major hire for the organization and for Kevin Warren, who spent time in the NFL prior to the college football as the top executive for the Minnesota Vikings. Kevin Warren, he ushered in that new football stadium for the Minnesota Vikings. He's going to be doing the same thing as the new president of the Chicago Bears as they're looking to build a dome stadium, high-tech, top-of-the-line stadium there in Chicago to keep it into the city of Chicago. Kevin Warren is the perfect person to do the job. He's going back to the NFL. He probably always wanted to end his career in the NFL. Looks like that's what he's going to do. Kevin Warren is leaving. Kevin Warren is leaving. That means we're going to have a new hot board list for the new Big Ten Commissioner job. Put down your comments and thoughts down in the comment section below the video. Let me know what you're thinking. This is our first hot board list 1.0. The names will probably change. We're probably going to hear new names as we go along. We might have an interim Big Ten commissioner, then a permanent one. They might go in that direction. We shall see. Pete Thamel, as his news broke, he says, we dove into potential interim and long-term replacements for Kevin Warren at the Big Ten in our column this morning. Warren alienated the athletic directors and campus leadership in the league, so a consensus builder will be needed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kevin Warren had a different vision than the presidents. He tried to push his vision. He got some of it done, some of it he did not get done. He probably felt frustrated. The Big Ten presidents probably felt frustrated about Kevin Warren. So now they need a consensus builder. I agree with Pete Thamel of ESPN. Someone that can build the bridges back with all the Big Ten presidents walking in the same direction. Let me go through my hot board list real quick. 1.0, Gene Smith, long-term athletic director of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Been in that job for a long time, incredibly successful. To me, he would be candidate number one. I don't know if he's interested. He's 67 years old. Will he want to take on a new challenge, a big challenge to become one of the top two most powerful conferences in all of college sports? Would Gene Smith want the job? I know he has the support, he has credentials, he has the respect of so many people in the Big Ten, including his fellow athletic directors. Gene Smith is a consensus builder. I think he is. Remember, he wasn't too happy with Kevin Warren, how he handled the pandemic era. Gene Smith did not agree with Kevin Warren's vision of how he wanted to grab more Pacific Coast schools and create it as an NFL model. Remember here at Peek Around the Corner, we told you in July that, right after, in June 30th, when Big Ten expanded with USC and UCLA, that Kevin Warren wanted to go further with the Pacific Coast schools. He wanted to take an Oregon. He wanted to take Washington. Gene Smith basically said, not so fast, not now. And Gene Smith, he won that battle. The Big Ten presidents, there was enough there that says, no, we don't want to do further expansion at this time. Gene Smith, for me, is number one on this list until he says, no, I'm not interested. Number two on that list is Jim Phillips. Everybody knows Jim Phillips in the Big Ten. Highly respected. He is the current ACC commissioner. I think he would be interested in the job. Would the Big Ten presidents elevate him as a serious candidate? For now, I think yes. We shall see. But Jim Phillips is my number 2 guy because I really do think the Big Ten are looking at candidates who are current commissioners of a conference, former commissioners of a conference, or longtime Big Ten athletic directors. These first 2 candidates meet that criteria. My third candidate on the list, and I think there's a separation between 2 and 3, but I do have to put Mark Silverman down there. I don't know if he's a consensus builder. I'm not sure he's the right candidate at this time. But Mark Silverman was the first Big Ten Network president. He was the right-hand man of Jim Delaney, worked side by side with Jim Delaney, the former Big Ten commissioner. Mark Silverman then became Fox Sports president. Mark Silverman knows everything about the Big Ten, all about the universities, their values. He had a vision with Jim Delaney. Would the Big Ten presidents, would they consider him a candidate? Would Mark Silverman be interested? I'm not sure on that. I do think 1 and 2, though, the top 2 names on my hot board list, Gene Smith and Jim Phillips, is going to be given serious consideration. I think there are other names that are going to be popping up on there. I do want to say, here on episode 130, Kevin Warren did some great things as commissioner of the Big Ten, especially in and around that TV deal. The TV deal that he got done, the cross-promotional aspect, the incredible exposure, NBC, CBS, and Fox, cross-promoting each other's Big Ten content, not only during Saturdays, but on Sundays during the NFL. It was a brilliant piece of work by Kevin Warren. However, the way he handled the pandemic, the lack of communication really hurt Kevin Warren in his job to keep building trust among the Big Ten presidents, their fan bases, the student athletes, and the student athletes' parents. And he really could never recover from that. Big Ten presidents, universities, I believe they truly want someone who is ready on day one, because it's crucial. We've talked about the battle of 2026, the gold rush. Lots of decisions are going to be made here in 2023, 2024, and potentially early part of 2025, all having to do what does college football look like 2026 and beyond, and what the straw that is stirring the drink is the new college football expanded playoffs starting in 2026. It's happening in 2024, 2025. But what does it look like in 2026? That hasn't been decided. And the Big Ten president needs to be ready to push Big Ten's vision, their interest, the universities that makes up the Big Ten, to push their interest and to push it and be ready on day one. Kevin Warren wasn't ready on day one. He was ready to make a media deal, a TV deal that works for the Big Ten, and he got the job done. But there's so many other parts to the job. Communication, building consensus, building trust. That's why I think Gene Smith and Jim Phillips should be number 1 and number 2 on our hot board list 1.0. We shall see what hot board list for the commissioner job 2.0 looks like in a few days. Put down your comments and thoughts. Let me know on who you think should be 1, 2, and 3 on the Big Ten Commissioner hot board list. And that we're also going to be doing a live show tonight, starting at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time. We're going to be covering this. And also another person who I think wants to get back in the NFL is Jim Harbaugh. We're going to talk about a whole lots of things. NIL, Florida Gators, the high school quarterback, that deal falling apart. Lots to talk about. But again, until next time, from all of us at Peek Around the Corner to all of you, please, you all take care of each other. Thank you so very much.